Hello, Whoopsie Wonky here. I'm gonna do a very controversy topic. On the topic, the misconception of women empowerment. We live in a day and age that, like, when I seriously consider and think into my mind women empowerment, and I think of nowadays, I think of these women who they're all about rights. They're all about the baby's right or their body's right. They could care less about a baby. And they're all about, women need equal pay as men and blah, blah, blah. But that is just so in so many levels construed, and it's not right in my opinion. I believe there needs to be a balance to things. I believe in some way, yes, women do need to get paid just as much as men need to get paid the same amount. No one should be lower than that. But, I think of the woman, I'm trying to think, Princess Leia, she was a woman, she could care less what people think. And yes, there was a part where she wore something kind of inappropriate, but she was pretty much playing the character. But I think she's a good person for that. But also, too, one of the things I want to bring across, and I don't mean to say this in a negative way in any way. If I offend anyone, I do apologize. It's just something that I've been noticing in our generation. Um, um, that I believe we live in a very competitive um, state of mind and state of world when it comes to women. That I believe Facebook and Instagram, and I watched a video. I'll try to remember to post down the video down below so you guys can watch it. But this is for women. Guys are welcome to hear this conversation, this topic, but I just want to mainly talk to women, the misconceptions of women empowerment. Um, as a lot of you know, I am on social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, a lot of the other ones, Instagram. I don't go a lot on Instagram, but sometimes I do. And it does, especially the one video I watched. That's kind of reference to this. And there was another one, I'll put that one down too, about beauty. We have a misconception of a lot of things as women. We follow the trends, or we follow the styles. And like for me, I love getting your whole wardrobe out and getting a new one if it's wholly, if it's just expired. But I'm not going to sit here and keep up with the trends. And another thing, and I've been seeing a lot on Facebook, not so much on Instagram, but a lot on Facebook, where women would sit here and post pictures of themselves. There's nothing wrong. I do that. And there's a right way to do it and a wrong way. And in my finite mind of a 27-year-old, almost 28 in June, I think that it's not so much women empowerment, it's so much attention seekers. And there are people like that. And just to give my back history, I used to be this type of person, always posting. And, occasionally I get in those moods where I post, not just for attention, just to, it's my way of expressing myself. It's my way of just expressing and sharing with you guys my life and who I am and how I am on the verge of changing my life. And I'm not the same Anne I used to be, because if you knew me a few years ago, I was headed down a path of destruction that so many of these girls, so many of these women, even older than me, like 40, post pictures of themselves and try to make it look sexy and try to make it look flirtatious and try to make it look like, yes, they're trying to promote women's right and women's integrity, and you need to love your body and you need to promote yourself in such a way. But I think it's a shame And I'm not trying to shame women here. I just think it's wrong to an extent to promote your body on social media for the world. In this sense, not in taking pictures. Pictures are fine. But when you go to the extent of literally showing your thigh, and literally showing more than your thigh, because there is, I'm not going to give names or anything, it's just in general on media, on Instagram, I've seen it too. So it's right there. It abhors me, and I'm not saying if you're comfortable with doing that, do it. Go ahead. I have nothing wrong with that. It's just it cringes me because I used to be like that. I used to give so much of myself in a sexual term. And I'm not trying to be a freak here when I say it, but I was pretty much a whore. Back in those days, I was seeking that love, the affirmation from guys, and I would do it the wrong way. And I recently heard someone say that, and it kind of disgusted me, because here they say they used to do that, but they're putting themselves out there in such a way that it makes them look like they're still there. And like for me, and it gets kind of like controversy, because you take pictures yourself. Like for me, when I take pictures of myself, I'm expressing who I am, my facial expression. I'm not trying to attract my body and say, look at the booty, look at this. And there is one picture, a few pictures I do that. I'm just having fun. But you know the difference, honestly. If you, us as women, you know the difference when a woman's just taking a pose of herself or she's with someone and it's literally pointing to a certain body part. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of makes me feel uncomfortable as a woman. And we as women, we're representing women in general, that they look like sex gods. They look like someone that wants to take a bite out of you. I mean, I'm the type of person, I'm not trying to get in controversy with showing your butt off and all this stuff, but I'm the type of woman, I'm reserved for my boyfriend, for my husband, whoever I'm with, to show him only parts of me that the world cannot see. And I've always been like that, even as a child. You know, my brother would slap my butt or something like that, and I'm like, that's not yours to touch, that's for my husband. And I know everyone has their different preferences and different things they believe, and there's nothing wrong with putting yourself out there, but I do have a problem with people who put themselves out there and they're trying to empower these women. They're trying to empower people to feel good about themselves. Well, something that I have learned with women and stuff and social media and how it just really degrades women and it really puts women down is you can empower women. And I've tried doing that. You can empower women, but I feel like more of an empowerment is your attitude. Is when you take those pictures, what is it saying to you and to the world? Is it saying that you're just showing your body off, hey, I'm secure about myself? Or is it saying, you know, I've come a long way? And that's what I try to promote. If I'm going to take a selfie or if I'm going to take a picture of myself, I want it to represent I'm doing good as a person. I'm happy. I'm confident. I don't want people to look at my picture and say she's trying to get that attention. Well, she's not getting at home and she wants boyfriends. She wants a fling with a woman. I don't know. I don't want people to look at my pictures and become lustful. And it's easy. It's easy to look at a picture and become lustful of what you see, whether you're a guy or a girl. I'll just be upfront. I've done it. I've looked at a woman. I'm like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. But that's not the way to think. But it happens. And it really makes me uncomfortable when these women, they try to promote that they're trying to empower these women. They're trying to help these women with other women's with insecurities. And I think YouTube has helped me with my insecurities, because I used to have a very hard time, and I still do, with my insecurities. Because what are people going to think when they see me talk, when they see me sing, and they're going to say rude comments? But I've learned when you express yourself in words and affirmation to people, it changes the whole environment. You don't have to just show a thigh picture like, look at me, I got my new tattoo. And I'm not trying to put down showing your tattoo. It's just, it's it's not the picture itself that people take. It's how they pose. And a lot of these people, they would be actually great for modeling. And if that's something you want to do, and I've thought of it many times, I thought of being a model because it's like, I love taking pictures, but I don't want to take too much pictures of myself and make it out to be me. And that's another thing that people don't realize when they're always talking about themselves, when they're always talking about, I gotta have secure about myself, you gotta put, this into that and that. It just sounds way too much sexual, like you're a very sexual being. You're spiritual, but you're sexual. And so it's like, where are you in life, And I'm not saying I am any better. There, in all of us, we have that dark, sexy part of us as a woman that we want to express. But I don't think in some way we should keep it to ourselves in a proper manner for our lover, for our partner, for our husband. We should keep a part of us sexy so we can not show it to the world, but let whoever we're with, or if you're with yourself, it doesn't hurt to go to bed in something sexy or something. I'm not trying to be perverted here or anything, but hey, if it's at you all by yourself,